Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And today we are going to talk some more about In the Company of Men. That's right, In the Company of Men, a wonderful movie depicting all the troubles and befuddlements that happen to normal, average, decent men, and all the stigma attached to their their honest behavior, and how men are mistreated, okay, in our society, especially the past 50 years, how they are objectified, they're treated as walking ATMs, how all the laws are against men and they're all pro women. We live in a very matriarchy, okay, despite the fact that we're always told it's patriarchy. It's really a matriarchy, and just how bad men have it, okay, in society. And this movie came out in 1997, so they're ahead of the curve. They were talking about it back then. No, I'm kidding. That's not what this movie's about. All right. Although they should make a movie like that, like a male version of Barbie. They should make a movie like that. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be awesome? But it's never gonna happen, okay? Because Hollywood would never allow that to happen. Okay, men can never be portrayed as victims unless they're victims of other men. Okay, it just can't happen. Okay, it goes against the narrative in Hollywood and the mainstream media in general. Same thing with news, or streaming shows, that kind of thing. They're always trying to push this one narrative. Okay, and they really cranked it up in the past 7 to 10 years. They really cranked it up. Okay, this whole woke bullshit. Okay, by the way, all that shit's financial, has nothing to do with ideology, has nothing to do with doing the right thing, with equality or anti-racism, has nothing to do with that shit. It's all about fucking making money. Okay, the way this works, okay, is the stock market. Okay, you've got all these investment firms that have all the money. Okay, they're entrusted with all the money in the United States. Okay, all these hedge accounts and shit. Goldman Sachs. Morgan Stanley, all the big wigs up there, okay? And the biggest one of the biggest ones in the world is BlackRock, okay? And BlackRock controls basically all your fucking your IRA accounts, okay? All your 401ks, okay? Your company takes your money, your 401k, and gives it to BlackRock, and BlackRock invests it. So that's where they get all the money. They get it from you, okay? Well, obviously the stock market, the way the stock market works, is if a company's doing well and making a profit, their stock goes up. If they're losing money, they're not making a profit, okay, their stock goes down. That's how it works, okay? Well, what BlackRock decided to do is they decided to change the whole metrics, okay? Instead of rating it based on how profitable the company is, they start to rate it based on how woke it is, okay? Is it environmental friendly? Are they employing enough LGBTQ? Okay, are they employing enough people of color? Are there enough women in there? Are there all this bullshit that you see, okay? And if you don't, and they give you out this checklist, all these companies, and if you want money from these investment firms like BlackRock and Vanguard, if you want money from them to keep your business afloat, then you have to, subscribe to this thing. You have to check off all the boxes that are on the form they give you, okay? Because if you don't, you ain't get shit. And most corporations, they make their money later on, okay? Like Disney will spend $300 million to make the Marvels. Okay, well, they got to pay that money up front, okay? I mean, the directors, the production staff, the actors, they're not going to do the money unless they get paid first, okay? So Disney depends on BlackRock to give them a fucking loan, okay? They pay off everybody to get the movie made, to market the movie and all that shit, the premieres and all that kind of shit, all the promotions that they do, okay? And then they expect that money, the movie to perform well, and they get back all that money plus a profit, okay? Okay, well, that's not happening. That's not happening. It's not happening to any of these fucking companies that are taking money from BlackRock, okay? Because the woke shit doesn't fucking work. That's why all these companies went woke, okay? They didn't do it because they believed in anything. They didn't do it because they all of a sudden they changed their opinions about LGBTQ rights. It's all bullshit. It was just done so they could get the fucking money. Okay, well, now it's been proven that this does not work. And unfortunately, so many industries have lost trillions of fucking dollars on this shit. That's why you saw those fucking commercials, making men look like shit. I remember several years ago, you probably remember this too. There was a Gillette commercial, okay? I think it was in 2017, it might have been 2018. There's a Gillette commercial, okay? A male company, okay? They make razors mostly, yeah, they make them for women too, and they charge women more for the same razor, by the way. Did you know that? Okay, but mostly it's men that buy those razors, okay? And they made this fucking commercial where fucking men were all depicted as pieces of shit. They were all fucking sexual harassers. They were all fucking sexual assaulters. They were all like bullies. They were all like fucking, like homophobic. They were all sexist. They were all racist. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck do you make a commercial telling your demographic, okay, your customers, that they're all pieces of shit? Okay, and the stock for fucking Gillette just went down almost practically overnight. The woman that created, it was a woman that created that ad. She got fired. Okay, eventually they kept her around for a while. They quietly dismissed her and shit. And since then, I have never bought Gillette razor again, and I never will until I get an apology. Same shit happened with Bud Light. Look, you get a beer that's mostly drank by fucking frat boys and underage high schoolers. Okay, and you put a woke thing in there, okay, a transgendered it's a dude in a fucking dress and makeup, okay, that's what it is, okay, and you expect people to drink your beer now? You just insulted them. You just insulted your base. You see what I mean? You insulted your customer, your target demographic, the people that buy your bullshit beer. You just insulted them. Of course they're not going to fucking spend their money on you. That's why fucking Bud Light fucking lost fucking billions of dollars last year. They've never come back. Okay? And they're probably never going to come back. All right? Now fucking Coors Light is fucking like, yeah! They're having fucking record sales numbers. So are Miller Lite. Now, of course, they also subscribe to the woke ideology, but they didn't fucking advertise it. See what I mean? That's the fucking difference, okay? You got to keep your fucking opinions to yourself, all right? Now, this movie here didn't suffer from any of that shit, and The Company of Men did not suffer from any of this woke nonsense because there was no woke in 1997, okay? It wasn't cranked up the way it is today, okay? Hollywood did not make this movie, okay? This movie was made by a guy, the director, okay? What the hell is his name again? He financed this movie himself, okay? Neil LaBute, that was his name, Neil LaBute. He's done a couple of TV shows. He did a couple of other movies as well, but his career didn't really take off, okay, as a director, okay? He mostly writes screenplays now and shit, all right? But this was his first movie. This was his first motion picture he ever did. He wrote the screenplay before. He won awards for it. He won Sundance for it, best original screenplay. First screenplay he'd ever written, too, that actually got produced. Okay, and Aaron Eckhart, one of the actors in this movie, he got a couple of awards too as well, and his career fucking skyrocketed after this. But the director Neil LaBute, he financed this movie himself. Okay, it only cost $250K to make this movie. He paid the actors almost nothing. If you look at it, you can see it. There is no money in this movie. Okay, because Hollywood would never allow a movie like this to happen. Even Kevin Smith got more money for his fucking stoner movies, okay, than the guy that made this one. Okay, and the movie is very serious. Okay, it really, you will get an emotional reaction if you watch this movie. Okay. I don't know anybody who's never gotten an emotional reaction, but most of you have not seen this movie, and I understand that. Most of you have never seen this movie, okay? So I kind of want to draw attention to it because I mostly review chick flicks on here, okay? And I review Sex and the City and all that fucking nonsense, all right? And I give you a straight man's point of view, but this is different, okay? This is basically a guy movie, okay, that shows men at their absolute worst, okay? I do not subscribe to any of the fucking shit that the men do in this movie. Okay, I want to get that out of the way. I know I said that in all the videos. I want to say it again. This is your first time watching one of my videos. I do not approve any of the shit the characters in this movie do. Okay, but it is a guy's movie, and this depicts realistically somewhat the way men are. Okay, men that are at the extremes. Okay, most men do not fall into the extremes. Most men are, more one side or more the other. Most of us stay in the center. Okay, these men are complete polar opposites. Okay, you got one beta male guy who's got no fucking self-confidence. Okay, but yeah, he's in charge. Okay, he's very smart, but he has no like street smarts. Okay, he has no common sense. Okay, he has intelligence, but he has no wisdom. You know what I mean? Okay, and then you've got Chad, who's the alpha male. Okay, who's just this fucking degenerate. Okay, but the problem is that Chad is a very dangerous person in real life because Chad's got the charisma, he's got the brains, he's got the confidence. Okay, he's got the looks. He's basically got everything, all right? But he doesn't use it for anything positive. He uses it for selfish reasons, okay? And unfortunately, guys like that can get far in the world. Unfortunately, it's true, okay? Guys like this actually are the most successful in life, okay? Now, you can take that success and you can do something good with it, okay? Thank God there's men out there that have those qualities, but they're not fucking pieces of shit, okay? They're actually altruistic, okay? They care about other people. They have empathy. Okay, but just because you have those qualities doesn't mean you have to end up like Chad. Okay, but Chad, unfortunately, is one of those guys. Okay, he doesn't give a shit about anybody, only himself. He has no problem ridiculing people. He thinks he's better than everybody else. Okay, and unfortunately, what makes him dangerous is that he's got the confidence to go along with his Machiavellian plans. Okay, where most of us don't. Okay, the stuff that he talks about in this movie, I mean, just like most guys would not have that conversation with him. We would get disgusted. I remember this one time I was talking to a guy. We're having guy talk, okay, and we were at a bar, and we were talking. He was in the Navy, I was in the Marines, so we start swapping stories, about being, in the military and stuff. And he told me about, hey, you ever been to this port, and I think it was in Thailand or something. I was like, no, I never got over to that part of the world, He's telling me, and he started telling me, this guy's like probably around my age, was in his 30s and shit. He started telling me these stories about like how, oh my God, they got this whorehouse over there, dude. Oh my God, they got like 12, 13-year-old girls. Oh man, I was like, what the fuck? Like once he said that, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, motherfucker, don't ever fucking talk to me again. Don't ever fucking talk to me again. And I walked away from him, okay? That's the kind of reaction that I think my reaction was what a typical guy would have, okay, when told something like that, all right? And unfortunately, this guy here, Chad, is the type of guy that would say shit like that. Just so you know, ladies, most of us are not like Chad. We're not, okay? We're not like him at all, okay? And whenever I've encountered people like him, I walk away from them. I don't communicate with them. I definitely don't become their friends. If there's someone I work with and I gotta work with them, then I'll treat them, with professional courtesy. But that's it. I mean, I'm not gonna I would never befriend or hang out with a guy like this. Okay, definitely not. Okay, because let me tell you something. If they're fucking just two-faced around women, or they're two-faced in business, okay, guess what? They're gonna be two-faced around you too. Okay, that's just a no-brainer. Okay, I mean, when you see someone shitting on stuff, don't think they're not gonna shit on you. They most definitely will. Okay, you don't want to hang out with people like that. Now, on the other hand, you've got Howard, who's like the beta male. Unfortunately, this guy is searching for self-esteem. Because Chad he's known Chad for a while. They went to college together and they've been working in the same company for a while. Howard got promoted over Chad. I think Chad's got some resentment there. Okay, so Chad has started to befriend Howard a lot more than they were before, talking nice about him, telling other people what a great leader this guy is. He's so smart and successful, that kind of shit. Basically puffing his Peter so that Howard can feel like he has Chad's respect. Because Howard, there's nothing about him to respect. I mean, he's a supervisor on this project. They got sent out of town to Fort Wayne, Indiana. To open up, I guess, an office there for the corporation they work for, and then after 6 weeks they got to go back. Okay, now Howard's in charge of this project. Okay, so he's the boss here. Okay, so Chad has no choice but to respect him because that's his boss. But I think he's kissing up to him because Howard is so lonely and so inept at forming relationships. His personality sucks. He's scared of women. He's scared to talk to strangers. Even when he acts authoritative, he acts like a wet noodle. Okay, like he's someone who could easily be manipulated, easily be controlled. Someone who's searching for someone to befriend him so that he can have some friends, because he's not going to fucking try to make friends on his own. He's hoping people will want to be friendly with him. He's kind of a braggart. Okay, like he knows he's the supervisor here, so he's going to like name drop that shit. Okay, remind everybody very subtly that he's the top dog in this office, okay? But he's a very weak-looking man. He's very skinny. He wears glasses, okay? Very soft-spoken, has a high voice, He has this fucking relationship with his mother over the phone. Like his mother handles all of his private life shit, which is just fucked up. He probably still lives with his mom, unfortunately. So that's him, okay? He lies about like his college and shit like that. Like he was an athlete. He got a baseball scholarship to fucking university. Get the fuck out of here. He did not. Just shit like that. All right. And he's trying to win Chad's approval because Chad has self-confidence. He thinks that maybe if he befriends Chad and hangs out with Chad, then some of that's going to rub off on him. Okay. Which is the reason Chad comes up with this idea that because his girlfriend dumped him, that's what he told Howard when they were on the plane ride. Okay, and of course Howard had recently gotten dumped by his girlfriend too. Okay, she wanted to see other people. No shit, she doesn't want to see you anymore. Okay, so Chad decided that in order to get revenge on women in general, because they can't get revenge on these girls that dumped them, they want to get revenge on women in general. They want to find some pathetic girl while they're on this business trip, and both of them are going to try to seduce her, and they're both going to date her. Okay, and then right before they have to fly back home, they're gonna dump her. Okay, they're gonna fucking just destroy her. Okay, and Chad's rationale behind this is that like that way in the future, no matter how many girls fuck us over in the future, okay, we will know in the back of our minds that no one ever hurt us as much as we hurt that girl. Okay, and we'll be laughing about it till we're old men. Okay, that's Chad's rationale for doing this. Okay, and because Howard wants Chad's approval, at least socially, he agreed to it. He said, "Okay, yo, yeah, sure, let's do it. Yeah, why not? You know, that kind of thing." So he's a follower. He's not a leader. Chad's the real leader here. Okay. So that's the plan. They find a girl at this office after a week. They find a girl, a very beautiful girl named Christine. She's deaf. Okay, but she's a very good typist. She's a very good secretary there. Okay, Chad finds out that she's deaf. Okay, like he thought she was disrespecting him by not answering him when he was talking to her, but she couldn't hear him. Okay, so he did this fucking whole thing about like, "Hey!" You know, he screamed at her to see if she'd get a reaction, and she did not react. So he realized that she's not faking it. And then he talked to the guy, this other coworker named John, who's another fucking piece of shit, but not as bad as Chad. And he just started ridiculing her. You know, in front of them, they started talking about how fucked up her voice is. Like she sounds like a fucking dolphin. They started making comparisons to Flipper and shit, you know? And that kind of really pissed me off because you learn it when you're a little kid, you learn not to make fun of handicapped people. Okay, you learn that shit when you're a little kid. I remember my mom would never fucking have allowed me, man. I would have gotten the fucking, you know, the hand, you know, forever making fun of someone who's handicapped. Okay, well, apparently Chad's not the kind of person that ever learned that lesson in childhood. Okay, so he's over there ridiculing her, making fun of her, trying to imitate her voice. I'm not going to do it here because I'm not a fucking asshole. All right, but he does that stuff and they play it off as a laugh. Okay, so you really understand what kind of piece of shit person Chad is. But unfortunately, Chad has something, guys. If there's something you want to learn here, okay, learn this. Okay, what does Chad have that no one else has in this movie? He has self-confidence. He just uses it for bad reasons. Okay, he doesn't use it for altruistic reasons. He uses it for his own selfish needs. Okay, this should tell you all, guys. Yeah, if you really want to have power in this world over your life, you must have self-confidence. Like that trumps everything. That trumps your morality. That trumps your sexuality. That trumps your business deals, everything in the world, all your social relationships. If you have no self-confidence, okay, people will take advantage of you. You understand that? Like I said, you can use it for good or evil, okay? Hopefully you'll use it for good, okay? Unfortunately, fucking Chad has self-confidence, but he uses it for evil, you know, for malevolent reasons, okay? And that just shows you one thing. If you learn anything from this movie, okay, self-confidence trumps everything else, all right? So there's that, okay? Now, Chad admits, okay, he decides that this is the girl he's going to fuck over. He talks to fucking, to Howard about it. Howard's in the shitter. They're in the men's room. Chad's smoking a cigarette by the sink. He did not wash his hands. Okay, Howard is still in the fucking toilet with the door closed, with his feet down, his pants around his ankles, okay? Jerking off, taking a shit, whatever. And they're having this conversation about Christine, all right? Of course, he's making fun of her. He's ridiculing her. He's comparing her to the fucking Elephant Man and that kind of shit, you know, making fun of the way she talks. Apparently, they went on a date off screen. Nothing happened really, like romantically. I mean, he got a kiss, like a peck on the cheek, and that's it. Okay, but he's firmly decided, hey, listen, this is the girl I want to fuck over, so now it's going to be your turn. I want you to go talk to her. I want you to go fucking, you know, ask her out on a date and that kind of shit. We're gonna pretend we don't know about each other, okay, just so we can catch her lying. So when she tells you, oh, I can't make it, you're going to know it's because she's out with me. She doesn't know that you know, that kind of thing, okay? So he said, that way you won't feel bad. Okay, when we fuck her over, you won't feel bad because you'll remember all the times that she lied to you. Okay, when she said she couldn't see you when she was really seeing me, that kind of thing. All right, so they're planning it all out. It's just fucking, it's ridiculous, you know, and stupid and juvenile. Okay, so anyway, they're in the men's room there, and fucking Chad is chain smoking his cigarettes. Okay, and Chad admits that he finds Christine very nice and attractive. Okay, you know, he calls her the Holy Grail. This is the Holy Grail of girls. All right. You know, he ridicules her inability to pronounce vowels. Okay, like she cannot pronounce vowels. She's fucking deaf. She does not know what she sounds like. Okay, and he told her, he's like, you know, I was getting so fed up with her when we were at dinner. I was getting so fed up with her writing down all the goddamn fucking cocktail napkins or shit. I just told her, hey, let me hear what she got to say, okay? And so she was self-conscious about it, but she started talking, and then he started making fun of her voice. Oh my God, just watching the saliva, you know, just watching the saliva like form on the side of her mouth as she tries to pronounce her vowels. I was about to lose my fucking taco salad. You know, that kind of thing, you know? Yeah, that's the kind of guy Chad is, all right? Okay, he's disgusting, you know, okay, and then he says this, he says, she's very sweet, giving, all those things that are good, you know, she's the kindest person I've ever met to spray saliva on my face. Yeah, just like that, all right? I got her entire family history jotted down on bar napkins because I had to ask her to stop talking. She showed me her sister's picture, okay? You know, big horse-looking bitch. Okay. So you have to use your own imagination to see what her sister looks like. All right. Now, listen, as a man, I also had similar conversations like this, all right, but never anyone that was handicapped, okay? I'm sorry, just like you women do. Okay, you guys have conversation like this about your fucking bad dates and shit, okay? How he's fucking balding and trying to hide it, or he has bad breath or shit, or he's too fucking short, or, that kind of thing, He's got a mole on his face that you can't take your eye off. It disgusts you. Okay, you women do this fucking shit too, okay? So don't be judging me, okay? But yes, we do it too. The only problem is that today in 2024, you cannot watch a movie that shows men doing this, okay? Without them being the bad guy. Now, you can make movies and TV shows. They actually do make movies and TV shows where women do this, and they're the good guys, okay? But you can't ever depict a man doing this without him being portrayed as the evil fucking piece of shit, all right? That gets taken down at the end by the strong, independent woman, right? Okay, so that's going on here, okay? And I'll tell you one more thing. They do not make movies like this, okay, anymore, okay? In fact, I don't think they ever made a movie like this, okay, honestly. I've never seen a movie like this. I've seen a movie where men act like assholes. Yeah, absolutely. Where they say terrible things. They do terrible things. Okay. To men and to women. Of course I have. Okay. We all have. Okay. But those guys usually get what's coming to them. By the end of the movie, they get what's coming to them. Okay. They don't get to ride off into the sunset. Okay. That's the difference. All right. They get their comeuppance, all right. Not in this movie, but I'm not gonna ruin it for you. Okay, I'm gonna review the whole movie and we'll get to the end. All right, so that's going on here. Okay, Chad was on a dinner date with her, and of course, she did not. He tells her that she did not reach for the check. When the bill came. He thinks it's unfair that men should always have to pay for the date. Well, motherfucker, you asked her out. You got to pay for the date, okay? If you can't afford it, don't ask her out, all right? What the fuck? All right, okay, she did not reach for the check, okay, or she did not go to her purse when the check came. Okay, he did kiss her, but like I said, it was just on the cheek, it was just a peck, okay? And then he says that she's perfect for the scam that they're going to pull. She's like, she's perfect. She's the holy grail. Absolutely, all right? Now, Howard, like I said, Howard is still in the shitter. He never leaves the shitter during this entire scene, okay? He says it sounds like Howard's having second thoughts, okay? Howard is not, he's a very weak, insecure person, but he's not a malicious person, okay? He's going along with Chad. Okay, he's following Chad, okay? Basically, Chad is walking him like a fucking dog, okay? He's doing whatever fucking Chad wants to do because he wants to win Chad's approval, okay? So that's going on, okay? He sounds like Howard's having second thoughts, but Chad reiterates to him, hey, don't you even think about backing out now, okay? All right, I am not fucking doing this shit alone, okay? It's no fun to do it alone anyway. Then he's like, hey, you know what? Are you ever going to come out of there, or should I have all your calls forwarded? And no, he does not come out of the shitter. He stays there, okay? That tells you a lot. What the director's doing is he's using the physical space to relay to you exactly what type of people what type of guys these men are. Fucking Howard is hiding in the fucking shitter with his pants down, okay? Having this conversation. Meanwhile, fucking Chad is out in the open. He's in the restroom in front of the sink, smoking a cigarette. Like, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care who walks in and hears this conversation because he's got confidence, okay? This movie is very well at depicting that. It's not just that the scene that they're in, the location. It's also the clothes they're wearing, okay? Both Chad and Howard wear the same fucking clothes, okay? It's a white fucking Oxford, a 1990s tie, okay, and black pants. And they wear that throughout the entire fucking movie. They never change their clothes. I think in one scene, Howard wears a striped shirt instead of a solid white shirt. But that's it. The rest of the time, they look the fucking same. They're wearing the same fucking clothes. They're work clothes. You never see them wearing anything else. They never wear shorts. They never wear jeans or t-shirts or nothing like that throughout the entire movie. Okay? So that's going on here, okay? Okay, so that's happening here. Chad says, like, this is not some... He tells Chad, because, like I said, Howard's having second thoughts. Chad tells Howard, this is not some broken winged blue jay we're talking about here, okay? Wait till you catch her in lies. Okay? Wait till you start dating her and she starts lying to you about where she is, okay? Let's see how you feel about her then. So basically he's saying, like, all women are shit, okay? Despite the fact this one's sweet and nice and fucking handicapped, okay? It doesn't fucking matter. They all deserve what we're going to do to her, okay? That kind of thing, that kind of rationale, all right? Wow, he sounds like a feminist, doesn't he? Anyway, so Howard, who's still in the shitter, says, like, you two have plans this weekend? Are you guys going to do anything this weekend? And Chad's like, yeah. He's like, I'm taking her to a production of The Miracle Worker. Okay, it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. For those of you who don't know, Miracle Worker is about Helen Keller, okay, who was blind and deaf. Oh my God! Yeah. Okay. 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 And of course, Howard is fucking. He's like, is that like a movie or something? Like Howard has no idea who the fuck Helen Keller was or the Miracle Worker play was. All right. It actually won some Academy Awards. Patty Duke played Helen Keller in the original one, and then they did a remake of it. And in that one, Patty Duke played the teacher. Okay. Yeah. How's that? All right. Moving right along. Okay. So when Howard decides to put he doesn't get out of the shitter, but we can tell that he's about to get up because he starts to pull his pants up. And when he does, some change falls out of his pocket. Okay. And it falls on the floor, the quarters, dimes, that kind of thing. So Chad picks it up and he looks at the coins and he pulls out all the quarters and puts the quarters in his pocket and gives Howard the rest. Okay, that's another very subtle clue as to the type of person that Chad is and what he thinks about Howard. Okay, and you got to remember, you got to pay attention to little shit like that. Okay, because it does come back later on in the movie. All right, so that's going on here. Okay, later during some downtime, Chad is practicing his golf swing in the office. All right, it's dark. I think like mostly everybody's left already for the day. Okay, and he decides to tell Howard a joke. He says, "Hey, come over here, Howard. Hey, come over here. Hey, what's the difference? What's the difference between a golf ball and a G-spot?" And Howard's like, he's like, I'll spend 20 minutes looking for a golf ball. It's funny, okay? It's funny. Sorry, okay? It's funny. Toxic masculinity, and I do not approve. All right. Hey. We've all laughed at bad jokes before, okay? All right, moving right along. Like I said, did I tell you this movie would never get made? Okay, well, yeah. How is it that Hollywood can spend like millions and millions and millions of dollars, okay, on something like I don't know, like there's a movie that came out around this time called Something to Talk About, like that chick flick with Julia Roberts, Kira Sedgwick, and Dennis Quaid was in it. Something to Talk About. Remember that one? Okay. Well, there's a scene in there where Kira Sedgwick kicks fucking Dennis Quaid in the balls, not because he did anything to her. He did nothing to her, but because he cheated on her sister. Okay, and so she decided to make him suffer for that by kicking him in the balls. All right, and and like the audience just started clapping, like, yeah, give it to him, And that movie cost millions and millions of dollars, and there was nothing wrong with it. Everything was okay. Okay, she didn't call him an asshole. She didn't tell him, hey, you shithead. Look what you did to my sister. And she just kicked him in the balls. She just physically assaulted him. Okay, and the women in the audience clapped over that. Okay, but yet here's this movie that cost $250K. And he made a fucking sexist joke, and they're demonized for it. You see what I mean? You see the hypocrisy here? What the fuck? All right. Moving right along. I mean, you want to demonize the movie, deal for other shit, not just for a little joke like that, all right? Okay, moving right along. Okay, so that happens, okay, and Chad calls Christine, okay? He goes to his office and he calls Christine. Okay, obviously Christine does not answer her phone. She's fucking deaf. Her mom answers all of her phone calls, all right? And he asks her if she's okay. She didn't show up for work or something like that, but he tells her, and he's very charming and sweet on the phone. His attitude changes. He changes from fucking frat boy, fucking, a high school bully to fucking, to this nice, sweet guy. It's like, hey, I was just asking about Christine. We haven't seen her in the office, and I was just wondering if she was okay. Some of our employees have been sick, and I was just worried about her, By the way, I got her some flowers. Did she get them? Oh, it's okay. Oh, no, it's all right, ma'am. I took up a collection from the other staff. That's all, I just wanted to make sure she was good, Well, can you tell her that I called? All right, thank you so much. That way, like all sweet and kind, I'll tell you something. If Aaron Eckhart wanted the role to prove that he deserves better roles in bigger movies, this is definitely the role to do, man. Because if you were to watch the scenes where he's acting nice and not knowing anything else about the movie, not knowing anything about any other scenes that he's in, just those scenes where he's acting nice, you would not know that he's really a piece of shit. Because he does come across as very charming, very sweet, very kind. He really does. I was actually impressed. Okay, most guys that are like that cannot fucking pull that off. He's a fucking psychopath. Okay, he knows exactly what mannerisms and what nonverbal cues to use. Okay, in order to make the person he's talking to feel calm and at ease. You know, he knows how to act friendly. He knows how to act like he's a decent human being. Okay, but he's not, and that's the worst part about it. Okay, is that you kind of almost wish that this guy really was this nice guy that he pretends to be. You know, you really wish that he was this sweet, kind guy. Okay, instead of the fucking degenerate piece of shit that he really is. You know, that's the sad part of this movie. You know, is because he can play a nice guy very well and make you believe it. It just sucks that's not who he really is, you know? So yeah, so kudos to Aaron Eckhart, man. The guy's a fucking incredible actor. He pulled this off. He pulled this off, man. And he's done a lot of shit. I mean, he was in fucking Olympus Has Fallen movies. Those ones with Gerard Butler, you know, where terrorists take over the White House and shit. Like, he was in those movies. He's done a lot of shit. His career exploded after this. Of course, he was in The Dark Knight. He played Two-Face in the Heath Ledger, Christian Bale Dark Knight movie, you know? Christopher Nolan, you know? So, yeah, his career's expanded, and he's got the talent to prove it, man. God, I mean, he should have won an award for this. Of course, no Academy, whatever. Well, he did win awards for this, okay, but he didn't win an Academy Award. Okay? Very limited release. Only 100 theaters showed this movie. But he should have gotten an Academy Award, not just a Sundance Award, not just a Best Actor Award, which he definitely deserved, okay? But yeah, he's an incredible actor, man, and this proves it. This movie proves it. All right, like I said, he didn't do this movie for money. He did this movie to show everyone what a great actor he is. He got an incredible role. Oh my God, you know, to play a character like this is fucking gold in Hollywood. Like I said, Hollywood never make a movie like this. All right, so that's going on here. Okay, you know, and you can tell that Chad is really getting like turned on by this duality. Now, he said it earlier in the movie when he came up with this idea. He was at a restaurant with Howard, and he said, like, one of the best things about fucking over this girl while we're on this business trip is that we can be whoever we want. We can pretend to be whoever we want. We don't have to really be ourselves, okay? And he is really running with that, okay? He absolutely loves pretending to be a nice guy. You know, it like gets him off, okay? It makes him laugh. It makes him proud of himself, okay? He has no fucking conscience. He doesn't give a shit about who he's hurting or who he's manipulating, okay? He just gets off on doing this, on lying to people, okay? That's the kind of person Chad is. Damn. All right, so now we go into week 2. Okay, week 2, Howard is flirting with his secretary off camera. We don't see her. We see him standing at the doorway. He's got his suit on. He's got his jacket on, so he's not just the white Oxford shirt and the tie. He's got the whole thing on. He's talking to a girl. We don't not see the secretary, but he's talking in the doorway of her office, okay? And he's bragging about himself as nice as he can, you know, and then he asks her out if she wants to go to lunch with him, you know? It would be mutually advantageous. That's the word he uses. Mutually advantageous. Okay, that's the kind of game this motherfucker has. All right. Okay, and she actually accepts. She says, "Okay, yeah, I would love to." And then Chad walks by, and he looks inside the office, and then he looks at Howard. He goes like, "Howard, that's not Christine. That's not her." He's like, "But you said she was." He's like, "No, yeah, that's not her. I don't know where she is, but that's not her in there." And so he blows off that girl. Okay, Chad tells him, "Don't talk to her anymore." You know, he pulls her away. He pulls him away from her. Okay, and tells her, he's like, "Hey, dude, that's not the fucking chick I was telling you about. All right, that's not the deaf one." Okay, so he cock blocks him. Okay, so Chad doesn't even want him to fucking accidentally fucking hook up with anybody. Okay, he wants to control everything. All right. He tells Howard that's not Christine. He tells Howard to fuck off that girl. He said, "But I already asked her out. She already said yes." He's like, "Oh, fuck her, man. She's not part of the plan." You know? And so because Howard is a follower, not a leader, even though he's the leader in the business sense of this movie, he is a follower socially. Okay? He's not going to do anything without Chad's approval because he is pussy whipped. Okay? He's pussy whipped by whoever is strong standing next to him that's a strong person. Okay, and unfortunately, he's standing next to Chad most of the time. All right, so so he's gonna follow Chad's lead. Okay, he could have maybe this girl would have been really good for him. Okay, but we're never gonna know. We never get to see what she looks like. We just hear her voice. Okay, but Chad said no, and so Howard goes okay. Basically, okay, that's the kind of relationship they have. All right, now Howard is on a date with Christine later on. Okay, and he nervously tries to brag about himself. Okay, they're probably on a lunch date, I think. All right. and he's basically bragging about himself, to her, okay, with food in his mouth. He talks with food in his mouth, which so fucking annoys me. I tell you what, when I was reviewing all the episodes of Sex and the City, I swear to God, I would lose my shit every single time Miranda talked with her fucking mouth full. It's so fucking disgusting. I don't want to see her fucking chewing on the food while she's trying to fucking talk. It fucking pisses me off, annoys me to no fucking end. All right. And this guy is doing it to Howard here. He's talking to fucking this girl. He's talking to her with his food in his mouth. Yeah, I got in Bears. He's bullshitting too. He's lying about his fucking baseball scholarship he got to go to college. Okay. But then he threw his shoulder out his freshman year. Okay. And so then he changed his major to business. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Okay, you look at this guy. What is Howard? He looks like he's like 5'7", maybe 5'6". He probably weighs 110 pounds, 120 pounds. No athleticism at all. He's a skinny little guy, big glasses. He's just a small guy. Okay, he's got no deep voice, no masculinity at all. Okay, this guy, his posture is bad. Okay, he projects no masculinity. He's got a fucking weird relationship with his mom. Okay, his mom deals with his fucking ex-girlfriend. He doesn't. It's ridiculous. He talks to his mom on his company phone. It's just like, yeah, that's the kind of guy this guy is. All right. So anyway, he talks to her with food in his mouth. He bullshits about the baseball scholarship he got. He asks Christine if she has a boyfriend. And she tries to write down on a napkin the answer, and he tells her, "Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. You can. I want to hear you talk. It's okay." Now, he's doing that because Chad already said in the bathroom that it disgusts him to listen to her talk. He can't get his eyes off all the saliva forming in her mouth when she's trying to pronounce her vowels, okay? So he wants to be not like Chad, okay? He wants this girl to like him because he's nicer than Chad. Okay, well, in that sense, he is nicer than Chad, okay? But he's just as bad as Chad. He's just as bad, just in the other direction, okay? This guy he's not a real man. Okay, Chad, for all his faults, he is a fucking man. A bad man, but he's a man. Okay, Howard is not even really a man. He's got the parts, okay, but he doesn't have the mindset. He doesn't have the testosterone. He doesn't have the fortitude. He doesn't have the confidence, okay? He doesn't have any of that shit, okay, that women look for when they want a man. He doesn't have those qualities, okay? So naturally, he's going to be unattractive, okay? Women don't want to date with a guy that they have to fucking be emotionally supportive to, okay? They want it to be the other way around, all right? And Howard is not like that, okay? But he's trying to act like he is. He's trying to come off as some alpha male, okay, by bragging about himself, okay? But all you got to do is look at him and know he's full of shit, all right? So like I said, he's just as bad. He's just as bad. Even though he's not malicious by nature like Chad is, but he's just as bad as Chad, okay? So he talks good. He tries to make small talk with her, that kind of thing. He tells her, she tries to write, like I said, she writes down, but he tells her just to talk in her regular voice, okay? She says she moved into the city. Like I said, we don't know which city it is, although we do know the movie was filmed in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Okay, and she's been living in the city for a few years. Okay, she's an army brat, so she traveled a lot when she was a little girl. Okay, her dad died of cancer several years ago, and now she lives with her mom. Okay, and her sister lives in Seattle. Okay, and Howard, and she says, and then she tells him that she doesn't know what else he wants to know about her. So basically, she ran out of things to say, okay? She's not really, I think she likes this guy as far as he's friendly to her, and he's the supervisor of the project that she's working on, but she's not attracted to him, okay? She's not attracted to him. There's no chemistry there, okay? There's no physical attraction, okay? It's pretty obvious, okay? And no matter how nice you are to her or how polite, okay, you pay for the dinner, you pull out the chair for her before she sits down, you open the door, you tell her she's beautiful, you buy her flowers. None of that fucking shit matters if she's not attracted to you. You see what I mean? And Howard doesn't seem to understand that, okay? He got the single mom fucking version of how to romance a woman, which is be super nice, okay? But acquiesce to all of her wants, what you think that she wants, okay? And maybe she'll like you. That's not how it fucking works in real life, okay? Chad, unfortunately, knows better, okay? He's being his fake self. He just put on this character of a nice guy and just going with that. And he doesn't care whether she likes it or not, okay? He's not trying too hard to win her over, okay? He already knows he's the fucking bomb, okay? He doesn't have to try to fucking tell her she's beautiful every 30 seconds or that kind of shit, okay? He's just going to be himself and project that confidence and project that personality, and he knows that's going to make her be attracted to him instead of him trying to get her to be attracted to him. You see what I mean? All right. So that's going on here. And of course, Howard asked her, "Can he see a picture of her sister?" Because remember what Chad said, that his sister was a horsey face looking bitch. Okay. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review of And Just Like Men. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.